5 a.m. glow cut through the rain that night. I was already split, my whole world stripped of light. Amber story ended sharp, a brutal final page. Every day since then's been a fog I can't escape. Couldn't taste the food, couldn't quiet the roar, a graveyard of what was buried under my core. Then your voice hit the surface, soft as a rescue bell. Suddenly the dark didn't feel like a cell. You laughed at my jokes, sat with my brokenness, when every other light in my life turned to blackness. I wrote you off first as a screen name, a friend, but you stitched up the cracks I couldn't mend. Every call, every text, every dumb little meme was oxygen for a man drowning in steam. You never knew how your kindness unspooled the noose I was weaving with the hand that I was dealt. But somewhere the line between need and greed blurred. I started clawing for more, every single word, begging for time for your light to stay near. Blind to the weight I was stacking on your sphere. You said chill, slow down, give me room to breathe. But grief had me chained to a desperate need. Lesson learned, don't mix the game's glow with real life's rain. I was drowning in dark, clinging to a name. Lesson learned, you were the match when my whole world burned. Now I sit alone with the bridges I overturned. Lesson learned, love's not always the dream that it seems. Broken hearts cling to ghosts in the seams. Lesson learned, Khloe, I'm sorry I crossed that line. You were my lifeline in the worst of my time. Started spilling my guts to anyone who listened. Said we were friends, but my feelings were glistening. At first it was truth, I cared for you deep, but pain twists the mind when you're stuck in the steep. I threw out I love you like a lifeline too soon. Didn't see how my words made you feel maroon. Was I in love with Khloe or the ghost in the screen? Chasing comfort or a dream that was me? That's the knife twist that cuts me the most today. I bled over the line, let the gray wash away. The role play glow and the real world's cold. Trying to heal wounds I never dared to hold. You only wanted to be a hand to hold on to, a friend who showed up when no one else knew. But I turned your kindness into a cage to keep. Now I see why you had to leave. I scared you off without a single intent, and now I live with the mess that I spent. Can't blame you at all, this was all my mistake. You told me from jump what our friendship would take. You wanted a friend, not a chain around your wrist, but I kept pushing limits, couldn't resist. Not for control, not for some selfish claim. Just a broken man begging to not feel the same. But good intentions don't fix the hurt you breathe. And finally I get the pain's not just a need. Sometimes when you're cracked you hold on too tight. Turn a safe harbor into a fight. Now I stare at the screen's faint dying glow, wondering if the friendship I knew will ever grow. Back to the days before the confusion took hold, before reality's lines got tangled and rolled. I was too far gone, too lost in my grief, too desperate for peace, too desperate for relief. Now the silence hits harder than any old pain, knowing I became the thing that made you rain. Amber's gone, my heart split wide until you walked in when I wanted to hide from the blue. Maybe I leaned too hard on the only light I could see. Turn friendship into pressure, into fear, into me. Lesson learned, don't mix the game's glow with real life's rain. I was drowning in dark, clinging to a name. Lesson learned, you were the match when my whole world burned. Now I sit alone with the bridges I overturned. Lesson learned, love's not always the dream that it seems. Broken hearts cling to ghosts in the seams. Lesson learned, Khloe, I'm sorry I crossed that line. You were my lifeline in the worst of my time. If you ever hear this, know I finally get it now. You needed space and I didn't know how to split my pain from the truth of what we had. Let my emotions drive the car, crash it bad. But no matter what comes from this quiet end, you pulled me from the edge when I couldn't bend. And the biggest truth that's burned into my soul, kindness ain't a chain, it's a hand to hold. Attention ain't love, healing ain't a cage. You can't fix the dark by clinging to a stage. So I sit here now with this scar on my chest. Lesson